This video is just a brief reminder on how to compare fractions using less than, greater than, or equal symbols. So that is our learning target today. Please write what you already know about comparing fractions. You should have done this in 6th grade, so you should know about it. So see if you can remember anything to write that down. Write down the date you're watching this, and then we have no vocabulary today. So pause the video while you get all that written down, and then restart it when you're ready to go. So whenever we compare fractions, we always want to find a common denominator. So let's say we were asked to compare fractions using the less than, greater than, or equal sign. Okay? Remember that when we do these, that the larger side always faces the bigger number. So some people like to or give it teeth or something like that to help you remember that it's going to be eating the bigger number. The other way to remember this, though, is just to remember that the larger side also faces the larger number. But some people like the Pac-Man idea of Pac-Man wants to eat the bigger number, and so they draw the little Pac-Man or the teeth. Okay, so let's say we were going to compare 2/3 and 5/8. Well, if we want to compare these, then we need to find a common denominator. So I need to find a number that both 3 and 8 go into. And the first one I can think of is 24. So to turn 2/3 into 24ths, I'm going to be multiplying 3 times 8, which means I'm also doing 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16. So that means 2/3 is the same as 16 24ths. For 5/8 then, well, 8 times 3 is 24. So I have to do the same on the top. 5 times 3 is 15. So 5/8 is the same as 15 over 24. 16 24ths is clearly bigger than 15 24ths. So that means that my larger side goes that way. Okay? Now we can also do this with, say, not so pretty numbers. So let's say we had 16/5 and we had 3 1/3, and we wanted to compare them. Well, 16/5, that's an improper fraction, while 3 1/3 is a mixed number. So in order to compare these, I want to actually be able to look at both of them as improper fractions. Okay? So to do this, I want to turn 3 1/3 into a mixed or into an improper fraction. Because if they're both improper fractions, they're going to be a lot easier to compare. So to turn 3 1/3 into an improper fraction, all we have to do is the whole number times the bottom plus the top. So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. That goes on the top, and then my denominator stays the same. That should be as well review from last year. So now my new problem is that I'm comparing 16 over 5, and I'm comparing that to 10 over 3. Just like before, I'm going to find a common denominator. For this, it's going to be 15. So I'll multiply by 3. 3 times 16 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. And for the 10/3, I'll be multiplying 3 times 5 to get 15. And I'll be multiplying by 10 times 5 as well, which is 50. In this case, 50 over 15 is bigger than 48 over 15, so I compare like that. Again, the only thing I have to do here with improper fractions and mixed numbers is I need to turn them both into improper fractions. The same thing works if we're being asked to order something from least to greatest. So let's say we were given the fractions 2 7/9, 2 5/12, and 11/4. Okay? The first thing I want to do here, well, just like before, is turn them all into improper fractions. Okay? So to start with that, 2 and 7/9, if I turn that into an improper fraction, I'll do 2 times 9, which is 18, plus 7 is 25. So 2 and 7/9 as an improper fraction is 25 over 9. For 2 and 5/12, I do 2 times 12, plus 5, which is 29 over 12. And then 11/4 is already an improper fraction, so I'll just leave it. Now I need a common denominator. So I need to come up with a number that 9, 12, and 4 all go into. And if I think about this for a while, I can think about numbers that 9 goes into. So I have 9, 18, well, neither 12 or 4 go into 18. 27, that doesn't work. 36, okay, 9 times 4 is 36. 12 times 3 is 36, and 4 times 9 is 36. So 36 is going to be a good common denominator. So to get this common denominator, I know I'm going to turn all of these into 36. All right, so to turn 25/9 into 36, I'll do 9 times 4, and I'll do 25 times 4, which is 100. Continuing down the line, 29/12, turning that into 36, I'll do 12 times 3 to get 36, and I'll do 29 times 3, which is 87. And then finally, to turn 11/4 into 36, I'll do 4 times 9, and 11 times 9 gives me 99. Okay? So to order these from least to greatest, the smallest is 1836, which is the same as 2 and 5/12. So my smallest number is 2 and 5/12. Next is 9936, which originally was 11/4. And the biggest number is 2 and 7/9. And that will be my answer. So this was just meant to be a quick review on things that we learned in 6th grade, and helping us see how to convert, again, between mixed numbers and improper fractions, because that's going to be important in the next lesson as well. Please feel free to rewatch any of this that you need and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.